It's the Opie and Anthony show, and of course we got Nikki Sixx in studio.
Good morning, guys.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
A little early for you, you were saying? You need your coffee?
Yeah, I just need a coffee. No, it's not necessarily early. I'm up with my kids really early, but we've been out on this book signing tour, and it goes from this hour till midnight every night.
Wow.
Oof. But it's good. Yeah. Today I'll be in 3 cities. Well, yeah, thousand people last night at the Virgin Megastore for the book signing.
Wow, nice.
Event.
One of my favorite stories from Dirt, I think it was you. They thought you were dead in Japan or something. They threw you in a dumpster.
That would be London. If we got to get our geographics right.
That's when I was like, wow, I can't put this book down. They thought he was dead. Who thought you were dead? The people you were partying with?
Dealers, yeah.
Dealers and stuff. So they're like, oh, man. And they just threw him in a dumpster in London.
Well,
and left him there.
I think it's pretty funny, and no one wants a dead rock star. I don't think anybody wants a live rock star, to be honest.
Yeah. But how do your kids listen to you? When you try to tell them to do something, you're like, Dad.
No.
And then they show you like page 78 and go, stop. I can't
right.
Listen. No, seriously.
No, but
how does that work?
No, I mean, we have a really open, relationship, and we talk about everything. And for my kids, the same thing as I tell kids. Like last night at the book signing, they come up and they want to know how to get off drugs, or they're saying they just got out of treatment, or their brother or their father died from heroin use or coke use. And for me, I don't want to be a preacher. I don't want to stand up and be some like goody two shoes guy. I just want to say, this is what's behind door number 1. This is what's behind door number 2. You can pick it.
Do you still get the urge?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
No.
You off everything now? Like drugs, alcohol, everything?
Yeah, everything. But I mean, I work it pretty hard, It's just like part for me of this book, I give proceeds of this book to Covenant House, which there's one right here in New York City. Yeah. And they do amazing stuff for these kids that are on the street. And it resonates for me because I ran away as a teenager myself.
Did you ever see, like back, maybe during a moment of clarity back then, yourself as you are right now? Or did you think like that was just an impossibility that you would be clean and just...
Exactly. I was just on Capitol Hill, talking in Washington, D.C. Most surreal thing ever. I was thinking to myself, what the hell?
Yeah, right. Wait, how did I end up here?
I'm standing there. I'm sitting next to Congressman Patrick Kennedy. I'm with NADAC and SAMHSA. I'm with Dr. Wesley Clark. We're doing satellite tours. They're using me as a reliable source to what goes on in the street and the getting out of it, and I'm using them and working with them on all their statistics and all their ability to reach mass media and kids. I'm sitting up there in a tie. Had skulls on it, but it was still a tie.
It's a tie.
And I'm thinking that actually I was nervous.
Yeah.
Like I don't get nervous to go on stage or anything, but I was like, this is really important, moment right here. I can actually do something different where you can say, you can still kick ass, you can still rock, and you don't have to be the clown.
Right.
You can do both. You can still have a great time. You can still do all the chicks. You can still, drive the coolest cars. You can do it all. You can be rock and roll 200% and not do that stuff. So if you do that stuff, if you drink, you do drugs, and it works for you, man, hats off. I think it's just great. Me, can't do it. I'm just definitely the guy you don't want to be doing that.
It's interesting because the Crew is it was the definitive rock band of the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were it after you guys, everybody wanted to look and sound like that.
Yeah. We apologize for that.
As you, yeah, there are a couple that are like, wow.
Yeah. But dude, you missed the whole idea there.
Yeah, not every rock star could pull off the mascara and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that's what he's getting at.
As you look back on that, and then see where you are now, and the rest of the guys, because we've spoken with the rest of the guys in the band and stuff. It's such different personalities. I think everybody just puts you, because you mentioned clown. Everyone kind of puts Motley Crue in this category and assumes everybody is the same in the band.
Yeah.
You're all just, chugging down the Jack Daniels, man, and, snorting coke off hookers' backs and everything like that. Yeah. And then you talk to you guys individually, and you're such different people.
Yeah, well, that's what makes the band, actually, is that we are all so different. We listen to different music. We're different personalities. And we actually should never have got together as a band because it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I think some of the greatest bands are like that.
Yeah.
You look at the Who. You look at those 4 guys and you go, those guys should never even talk to each other, much less be in a band, but it makes one of the greatest bands in the world. So
the great moment with you and I think Mick Mars was when you were on Ozzy's Don't Blame Me, and you guys were talking about the old tour that you did with him where he came out on a dress.
Yeah.
And just like the back and forth debauchery between Motley Crue and Ozzy, and like I think it was '84, you guys toured him on Shout at the Devil.
Yeah, Shout at the Devil, and he had Bark at the Moon. It was insane.
Yeah, that's two bands that should have never toured.
83.
No, yeah, 83, 84. Yeah, Sharon actually, she basically banned us from our own dressing room. Anywhere we went, there was like watchful eyes of Sharon Osbourne. Yeah. I remember at one point I said, Sharon, I go, I got to get laid. And she goes, why are you talking to me? I go, you won't let anybody backstage. And I kind of, pulled the poor baby band puppy dog eyes on her. And so she goes, one time and one time only. And she like grabbed my hand. I got to walk her out to, the front row, and I go, I'll take that one. And so I got one, and the rest of the guys in the band are like, how'd you do that? I go, man, I've been working on it for weeks. I'd be like, hi, Sharon. Hi.
She was that strict where you couldn't get anybody backstage.
Listen, man.
Yeah, he just went shopping. I like that. I want that one.
Yeah. Ozzy's got to get permission to jerk off. I mean, she is the boss.
Yeah.
The boss.
But she's great, though, because
she's wonderful, and so is Ozzy.
She's a tyrant in a way, and very sweet in a way, but she managed that maniac for all these years. She took Ozzy from, and he's laying in a hotel with a pizza box on his chest, and he's stoned out.
Oh, listen, how she did it, I don't know. I remember one time we were on tour, and Mick Mars decided to hit on Sharon.
Oh, no.
Right? So a few years ago, I had lunch with Sharon. I said, hey, remember the time Mick Mars kind of hit on you? And she goes, yeah. She goes, yeah. She goes, I don't even sleep with my husband. Why would I sleep with Mick Mars?
God. That's pretty cool. And listen, we got to take a quick break. More with Nikki Sixx after the break. The Heroin Diaries is the book we're talking about.
And
right?
the book signing is tonight at 7 o'clock at the Borders in Philly.
Broad Street
in Philadelphia. Get there early. Don't show up at 6:50 and expect to meet him.
There you go.
Get there early.
It's Opie and Anthony.
Right.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Nikki Sixx in studio today.
Hey.
The book, The Heroin Diaries, a year in the life of a shattered rock star. Getting rave reviews. People are picking it up. If you liked The Dirt, the book Nikki Sixx did with his band, Motley Crue, of course, you're going to love this one as well.
And did you find out what got you on heroin? Like you gave that guy advice and said, you need to do that. Was it your childhood or something?
You know what? It sounds new age and sounds kind of goofy, especially sitting here being a bunch of guys. But what it was for me was I call it peeling the onion. And you get back all the way to the core. My mom left my dad left when I was 3. Never knew the guy. Only ever heard he was a jackass. That's all I ever heard about the guy. So I'm growing up going, my dad's a jerk. And then my mom, she basically was wild, and she left about when I was 6.
Wow.
So then I'm with my grandparents, so I'm going, okay, so dad's a jackass, mom don't care. And then as my grandparents were moving around, and I didn't even know what that did to me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you have any clue that was screwing you up in any way, shape, or form? You just thought,
No, and then later you start, going that girl will fulfill that feeling. That drug will fulfill that feeling. That amount of success will make me feel like I didn't have those feelings. And, then all of a sudden everything blows up and we're like, the wiffle bat kings of the world. And all of a sudden one day I'm sitting there and the bottom starts to fall out. And I don't know what it is. And then, you get through it and you go, okay, let's go all the way back. Like I told the guy, get off the drugs, get to the core, and then live your life. It's not so hard. It's hard, but it's not so hard. You know what I found out? I talked to these kids, and I work with the kids at Covenant House, and these kids have it hard. The guy we just talked to, he has it hard. He's been on methadone for years. Living in the street, that's really hard. I'm very fortunate. When I peel the onion back, I go, okay, I got some issues. Yeah, I was a runaway. Yeah, I had to sleep on people's couches. Yeah, I had to sleep in some pretty weird places. Yeah, I had some mixed up feelings and hormones and teenage angst. But in the end, I got to get to the core of it. It wasn't so bad that it was worth to kill myself over. And that's what, kids find out. I tell you what, if you wait till you're 30, you got 30 years of onion to peel. And if you wait till you're 40, you got more. And if you do it when you're a teenager, it's a lot easier than waiting till you're like the guy we just talked to who's like, man, if I would have cut this off when I was 11, 12, 13 years old, I wouldn't be having to call in and say what I'm saying. He would have been able to deal with it then and get on with it.
Have you ever met your dad?
Never met him.
Do you know where he is?
In a grave.
Oh, okay.
I found his grave. And you know what? I went there to piss.
Did he know what you became?
Nope.
No clue.
Nope.
And you went there to...
I went there to piss on his grave. I finally found him. I went there to piss on his grave, and I just looked down and I said, you know what? I forgive you. Actually, you blew it because I'm a pretty good son. And I walked away and I let go of it. And I've forgiven my mom. We've made amends. Life's good. Now I got kids of my own. I don't have time to be, mucking around in the past anymore. I got to stay in the present.
All right, we got to get the big plug in. Nikki Sixx, he's always a great guest. The Heroin Diaries, A Year in the Life of a Shattered Rock Star. Yep. It's getting really a real good buzz on this book.
And check out the record too, because we scored a soundtrack to the record, and I started a new band called 6 a.m. around it. And we got a big hit single.
We played a little taste of that, and someone wrote on Instant Feedback. They had no idea that was your band. No clue. Because you're calling it 6 a.m.
It's called 6 a.m.
But you're spelling 6, S-I-X-X.
Yeah.
So. And Nikki,
did anyone ever tell you there's only one X in Sixx?
Now I find out we're not live, and I misspelled my name.
You misspelled your name for so long.
And I got a girl's first name, so it's like see, I should have never made it.
Yep.
Send me back to the farm.
And NikkiSixx.net with 2 Ks and 2 X's.
And the book signing is tonight in Philadelphia at Borders on, which street is it on?
Broad Street.
Broad Street. I think it's a 7 o'clock signing. And then tomorrow afternoon, is it in Boston?
Yeah, Borders Downtown Crossing. 1 o'clock tomorrow in Boston.
The book is it's a great book, and it's honest, and it's really funny, and he lets people slam them. Nobody writes a book where they let people slam them, which is just the 2 Doc McGee things I've read already. I love this book.
Yeah, I can't wait to read it.
Hey, thank you guys. I've had a blast as always, and next time I come back, I'll come back and hang out, and we'll see what trouble we can get into.
All right, very cool.
Absolutely.
Nikki Sixx, everyone. If you're not joining us over at XM, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.